Good morning and welcome to Oswego High School's 159th commencement ceremony honoring the graduating class of 2015. We ask that you please remain standing for the opening of our program. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to the senior members of our chamber choir and their director, Mr. Robert Dumas, as they lead us in the performance of the national anthem and Oswego High School's alma mater.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let our voices loudly ringing echo far and near, songs of praise thy children singing to thy memory dear. Old Oswego, alma mater, tender, fair, and true, grateful sons with love unfailing, all their vows renew.
Thank you, Mr. Dumas and students, for the wonderful tribute to our community and to our nation. Please be seated. Now please join me in welcoming Mr. Benjamin Halsey, the Oswego City School District's Superintendent of Schools, to the stage.
Good morning. My name is Ben Halsey, and I have the distinct pleasure of being the Superintendent of Schools for the Oswego City School District and this great community. I would like to welcome parents, friends, and family to join our Oswego Buccaneer family in celebrating the graduation of the class of 2015. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge SUNY Oswego for the use of this wonderful venue. It is a beautiful place to gather for such a special occasion, and as always, we are very appreciative of the collaboration and partnerships that we have with this college. I would also like to acknowledge and thank the Board of Education for their service to our students and the community. It can be a thankless job at times. However, it's a day like today that makes their service all worth it. I would also like to congratulate Miss Erin Noto on completing her first year as principal of OHS as she presides over today's graduation. The last of my acknowledgments goes to the faculty and staff. You truly are masters of your craft. You have made a difference with the class of 2015. Your passion for teaching and learning is a contribution that they can take with them forever, and I personally am thankful for everything you have done this year. Sitting amongst our faculty this morning are a few of our retirees who will be moving on also with our graduates to new adventures in their life. We have Doreen Bednarski, retiring from Minetto with 14 and a half years experience. Congratulations. Jen Bolt, 33 years of service at Fitzhugh Park. Congratulations. From Frederick Layton Elementary with 29 years of service, Anna Lombardo. From OHS with 31 years of service, Susan Piasecki. And last but certainly not least, with 33 years of service, also from OHS, Mr. Mark Mirabito. To our graduates, your time has come to celebrate what you have accomplished and begin the preparation of what will come next. You will receive all kinds of advice from family, friends, faculty, and staff, most of it much more poetic than mine's going to be. You will be advised to develop skills and characteristics to be successful, tools to put in your life's toolbox. I'm going to suggest just one for you this morning. I talked about this particular skill or characteristic or tool for life with our district staff at the start of this school year. Might there be any guesses from our faculty or staff? 212. 212, taken from the Stephen Park 212, the extra degree manual on achieving results in life, work, and play. The concept is quite simple. At 211 degrees, water is hot. At 212 degrees, water boils. And with boiling water comes steam. And with steam, you can power a train. 1 degree difference between hot water and powering a locomotive. I encourage you to stop for a moment and translate this concept into the effort you put forth in every aspect of your life. 1 degree difference, 1 extra little bit of work, or a little bit of extra time put forth on something makes a difference. When you apply this consistently, the results will change your life and the lives of those around you. Stephen Parker, the author, writes, "It's your life. From this day forward, commit to operating at 212 degrees in everything you do. Etch it into your thinking, into your being. Apply it to your actions. You are responsible for your results, and it's time to turn up the heat." As Buccaneers, you have been prepared to go out and tackle life and your ambitions. Live your life at 212 degrees. Give it that little extra effort and make yourself proud. Make all of us proud. Explore the world, learn from it, teach it, and experience its wonder. But please know that as you go on your way, you will always be welcomed home. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Halsey. Oswego High School has been very fortunate for the continued support of our elected officials on our Board of Education. Please give a warm round of applause for Mrs. Linda Serino, our Board of Education Vice President.
I love you, Matthew Spalding. Good morning, class of 2015. I stand in front of you representing the Oswego Board of Education and have the privilege today to congratulate each of you on your success. 49 years ago today, I sat where you are, graduating from the Oswego City School District. I didn't know much about where my future would lead me. There have been many twists and turns along the way, and through these 49 years, it became evident to me that life is ever-changing. Change is part of growing and learning on your road to adventure going forward. The most important lesson for you will be to embrace change. See it as beneficial and develop the tools to navigate through the process of change. Now you must know and recognize with change comes uncertainty, not knowing, conflict. However, how we manage these situations will ensure we always look for win-wins in all of your situations, whether it be personal, professional relationships, skills such as listening to understand another point of view, respecting a person's right to see the situation from their perspective, and validating that you heard their point of view sets the stage for looking outside of the box for better solutions that each can live with. Class of 2015, I challenge each of you, no matter what direction you choose to journey, to develop a toolbox of skills and strategies and ideas to travel throughout life. You may begin by reading a book that had a profound influence on my life. After reading this book in college, The 7 Habits of a Highly Effective Person by Stephen Covey, it changed my life forever and how I viewed the world, in the way I deal with relationships, conflict, and change. Today, I encourage each of you to spend time this summer and read what the author has to say. Let this book be the beginning of developing your toolbox to be the best communicator and professional you can be. Warren Bennis, author and Becoming a Leader, guarantees Stephen Covey reveals a step-by-step pathway for living with fairness, integrity, honesty, and human dignity. These principles give us the security to adapt to change and the wisdom and the power to take advantage of opportunities that change can bring each of us. In closing, this Board of Ed challenges you to continue to grow and fill your toolbox with ways to make you a better person by respecting and being a productive adult in today's society. This board, we're so proud of each of you. And remember, we'll always be here for you no matter where you go. We're just a step away. Now, spread your wings and fly wherever your dreams take you. And remember, we love you all.
Thank you, Mrs. Serino. This morning we have the pleasure of welcoming a very special guest to the stage. Oswego High School is steeped in tradition and each year our senior class advisors, along with the senior class representatives, seek out a former graduate that have made a difference in the world and in our community. Our keynote speaker is Mr. Jonathan Shaver. Mr. Shaver is a 2002 graduate of OHS. After graduation, John enlisted in the Navy, where he received numerous accolades on a variety of levels for excellence. He chose to return to Oswego with his wife Jillian so that he could raise his family here. Currently, Mr. Shaver is an electrical design engineer at 9 Mile Point Nuclear Station. He also serves as a lieutenant commander in the United States Naval Reserves and is qualified as a nuclear surface warfare officer. Please welcome our 2015 commencement keynote speaker, Mr. Jonathan Shaver.
Good morning, Board of Education, Mr. Halsey, Ms. Noto, faculty and staff, parents, family, and friends. And good morning to class of 2015. How excited are you guys to be here today on your graduation? Oh, come on. Sounds like teachers, we need to send them back to school. So, normally I would start the speech similar to Ms. Serino, saying when I was in your seats 13 years ago, not 49, but 13 years ago. However, I never sat in your seats 13 years ago. I never walked up on the stage. I never shook hands with the teachers, and I never sat and listened to some random guy ramble on about who knows what. I did graduate, or I did receive a diploma, but for college I went to the United States Naval Academy, and prior to your freshman year, you have to go to boot camp. Well, it just so happened that the first day of boot camp fell on my graduation day. So while all my friends were sitting here in your seats, and I was very envious, I was doing an unreal amount of sit-ups and push-ups and being yelled at for pretty much being alive. But I don't regret any of the choices that I've made. I chose to go to the Naval Academy. I've made very many hard decisions in my life up to this point, and those decisions and the choices are what has made me successful. So up to this point, you all have had life pretty easy. You've had a great deal of freedom, and you've had very, very little responsibility. Many of you have cars and are able to drive anywhere you want, whenever you want. The smarter of you in the audience have friends with cars and have managed to convince them to chauffeur you around everywhere. You all have cell phones, I would imagine, and you can call whoever you want, whenever you want. You can text, you can FaceTime, book, Insta-tweet, whatever it is that you guys do on the phones these days. You know, back when I was a kid, not too long ago, but when I was a kid, we had rotary phones. And it was an all-day affair just to dial a number. Now, if you wanted to call your great Aunt Beatrice down in Florida, that was even longer. You might as well grab a ham sandwich, a lawn chair, and sit there all afternoon. Today, you guys are able to just hit a button and say, call great Aunt Beatrice. And the illiterate and mystical Siri will reply back, calling German mistress. She's not perfect, but the job gets done. So going forward, after today, you all either go to college, you take your first job, some of you will join the military, and life will suck. But rest assured, life's going to suck for all of you. You've had, responsibilities are going to get much greater as you go forward. How many people here, by a show of hands, have parents that cook them dinners every night, or some nights? Okay. Well, you better make sure you stock up on a semester's worth of ramen, because that's all you're going to be eating. How many people here have parents that clean their houses for them? Okay. Well, your level of, or your standards for cleanliness will drastically decline over the next few months to the point where a piece of pizza under the couch that's a week old is still edible as long as you can scrape the mold off it. How many people here have parents that still do their laundry? A couple. Now, how many parents here have kids that are lying down here? By show of hands, all right. So you guys are going to be lucky if you're able to roll out of bed, put on a Febreze fresh pair of pajama pants, and run off to your 2 o'clock class, which really is a 1:45 class, but you just haven't figured that out yet. And so you're going to have all these new responsibilities. But along with all these new responsibilities come a great deal of freedom, even more freedom than you have now, which makes it all worth it. You'll have freedom to choose what you would like to do, where you'd like to go, what you'd like to be when you get older. But you all have the choice, and you all have the ability to set your paths before you. These choices are what is going to shape your future. Many of the choices will be difficult to make. Some of them will seem more difficult than others relative to what you're doing. That extra study time on the weekend or going out to the party. Some of those choices are going to be very difficult and maybe not always the popular ones with your friends. But you all have the choice to be successful. And every single one of the choices that you all make is going to determine how easy your future is and how comfortable your future is. I urge you all to choose to work hard, regardless of what your dream is. And your dreams may shift as time goes on, but regardless of what your dream is, the only thing that will get you there is the choice to work hard. I've made the choice to work hard over my entire career so far, and it's paid off very well for me. And everybody here has the choice to work just as hard and be just as successful. Now, one choice that I'd like to talk about today, if you remember nothing else from this speech, please remember this. Your parents in the audience all have, or many of them have, nice retirements that are coming. Grandparents, maybe they have pensions. Well, for me and for all of you sitting in the audience, retirements and pensions are largely a thing of the past. And I know this is a long ways down the road, but this is the most important time to think about that. And I could go into great detail with numbers, and Mr. Stacy, I'm sure, would be very proud of me, but I'll spare you at the lecture and just share a little bit. There's three major things that come into play when it comes time for retirement. Time, money, and the rate of return. Now, the rate of return, we'll just say, matches what the stock market is today. But the other two are very important, the time and the amount. Now, if I were to say, who here would like an extra $200,000? I'm sure you all would love to have an extra $200,000. Well, when it comes to retirement age, at age 60, the next 4 years are going to be a difference between $200,000 when you get to that retirement. You can do a lot with that. You can buy an extra, buy another home, go on some nice vacations, or just live more comfortably. And it only takes $50 a month. And that may be a lot, but $25 would be great. If you can afford it, $100 would be even better. But just start with $50 a month in some retirement account, because your 63-year-old self will certainly thank you for it. As I said, if you don't remember anything else, that's it. Now I'd like to address the parents. Congratulations, parents. You've raised some outstanding and wonderful children, and they've made it this far. Now it's time to send them out into the real world and cut the chains loose. Their success is ultimately going to be a reflection of how well you parented, and based on looking at this class here, I think you've done a great job. But take the next few months and reflect on your relationship with your children. Because when it comes time and they move away, the phone calls are going to be shorter. The visits are going to feel pretty quick. And during that time, not a whole lot of parenting is going to happen. That is all but done. You've done a great job. transition more into learning who your children are. Take the next few months and really learn who your children are and what excites them, what interests them, and take interest in that. Because when you have those conversations, that's what's going to build relationships. That's what's really going to make you more connected with your children. How many times right now is it that you've asked your kids, what did you do to learn at school today? Nothing. How was school today? Fine. And that's the way conversations are going to go on the phone if those are the questions you're asking. So take this time. I challenge you to take this time and really learn and connect with your children on a friend's level. Well, class 2015, you've made it. I'm sure you're all very excited, despite the lack of enthusiasm at the beginning. And I'd like to remind you to not forget where you came from. Don't forget the teachers that have put all their effort in. Don't forget your parents. Don't forget your community. I chose to move back to Oswego after being many places. I lived in Hawaii, California, South Carolina, Virginia, and I ultimately came back here because I understand how good life is here and how great life can be. You all have the power to make change in your community as I have, and you all have the power to make it as prosperous and have the highest quality of life you can. So to close, I'd like to send you off with a common naval expression that we usually send sailors off onto bigger and better assignments. May you have fair winds and following seas. Congratulations, class 2015. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shaver. I would like to introduce our class of 2015 Secretary Victoria Fix and our 2015 class treasurer Megan Horrigan to the stage to present Mr. Shaver with a token of our appreciation.
The class of 2015 would like to thank Jonathan Shaver one more time for speaking today. We're giving him a gift.
Thank you, ladies. It gives me great pleasure to highlight the next two speakers in our program today. Their commitment and overall level of academic excellence and dedication not only to their studies, but also to the OHS community has afforded them the honor of being your academic leaders. Our next speaker is an outstanding student and one that has immersed herself in the OHS culture. She is most proud of winning the state championship in hockey her 7th grade year, traveling around the South Pacific and to the Galapagos Islands with the Environmental Club, being the captain of all 3 of her varsity sports teams, winning the SRC CNY STEM Scholarship, and leading her Envirothon team to a county win, which was the first in school history, and then onto a solid 3rd place at the state level competition. Please welcome your 2015 salutatorian, Lainey Celeste, to the stage.
Only 37% of American adults believe today's youth, once grown, will make the world a better place. A 61% majority of American adults are convinced that today's youth face a crisis in their values and morals. That overwhelming majority view young people in general with a sense of misgiving and feel that they are undisciplined, disrespectful, and unfriendly. Only 20% of the young people in America perceive that adults in the community value youth. These statistics were presented at the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Seminar that I attended a few years ago. Now, at first it seemed like a rather harsh reality that we'd be entering into. But this isn't anything new for our generation alone. This dynamic has been evident throughout history, and mainly due to the fact that the younger generation does things differently than how that of the older generation are used to or comfortable with. But this pattern is evident in countless other occasions, even in our everyday lives. It's the classic us versus them. And for those of you who took psychology, it's known as the in-group, out-group effect. Why, as a society, do we draw a dividing line between two groups of people and force that barrier? There is so much to be learned from the people around us. How are we to understand the immense diversity that makes up our civilization if we struggle to overcome our own perception that we are better than any other group and therefore don't need their help? Especially now, as we go off to college, enter employment, the armed forces, or elsewhere, look at how you view the people around you. You have the power to view the world and the people in it how you choose, and it's all based on your perception. Now, the adults in this room, our teachers, family, and friends, I'm going to assume aren't included in the previous statistics. They were our support system and have helped guide us to the place that we are at now. And they'll continue to be that support system for us, but it's now our turn, our responsibility to create a name for ourselves as the future leaders of our generation. This data does not define us, who we are, or what we have to offer. I ask of you, class of 2015, to challenge the indifference that has caused a staggering amount of adults to have wavering faith in us. Do not accept something for what it is. Challenge it, ask questions, and be your own critical thinker. I will now share the final piece of information used in the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Seminar. Over 93% of America's young people believe that they can individually and collectively make a difference in their communities. 93% of us think we can make a difference. That's monumental when you think about the expected 3.3 million students that are going to graduate high school this year in the U.S. alone. Imagine the astounding effect we can have on the people around us if we maintain that mentality throughout wherever we are going. Kevin Madison, in a speech about youth leadership, said the following: "The interactions that we can have with one another are so important, so vital, that once we as a society realize the importance of these interactions and that the meaning of life should be to help change just one person, just maybe one person's understanding of what they're capable of, just change maybe one person's perception of their power, then we as a society can climb to heights unthinkable. We each have the power to influence how we live in this world. This does not mean that we have to save the world all at once in some heroic event like one might imagine after watching Interstellar or the Avengers too many times. But being the change can be as small as making a difference in one person's life. Even the smallest of actions can mean the world to another person, and you might not even realize it. I know we will all be going off in our own direction, but no matter where that road takes us, above all, be open-minded to what is provided around you and share that knowledge with others. Thank you, and of course, congratulations, class of 2015.
Thank you, Elena. Achieving a superior level of academic excellence is no small feat. Our next speaker is a young woman who exemplifies what it means to be a model student. Not only did she achieve academically, but her contributions outside of the classroom are also impressive. She was the president of Student Council, co-president of the National Honor Society, the captain of the varsity golf team, the student liaison for our Board of Education, is a certified therapy dog handler, and an avid volunteer for many organizations, just to name a few. Please welcome your 2015 valedictorian, Kara Weiss, to the stage.
Welcome, family, friends, teachers, administrators, and the class of 2015. Today, we graduate from high school with a wide range of general knowledge. The structure of the curriculum facilitated intellectual exploration and expansion,
while enabling us to pursue our own unique interests through access to electives and extracurricular activities. Such exposure equipped us with knowledge to make educated determinations about our future and establish professional and academic goals. Interestingly, when talking about education, our 33rd president, Harry Truman, was the first to introduce the idea that C students run the world. The idea that C students are the most successful is based on the belief that they maintain a certain level of balance in their lives
between academics and socialization, and are more inclined to take risks, and thus are more likely to reap rewards than those who falter in the face of uncertainty. Although I might be biased, I like to think Truman was wrong. Success is not limited to the risk takers. Triumph is not accessible only to those who are willing to jeopardize the past and sacrifice current success. Frequently, famous people who abandon college for other pursuits are used as examples of the C student. They are presented as people who manage to achieve success while rejecting traditional ideals and are praised for their inspirational tenacity and ingenuity. Common examples include Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, and Matt Damon. One thing all three men have in common is that is mentioned less frequently than their personal wealth is the fact that they all dropped out of Harvard, which is likely a good indication that they were all capable and intelligent individuals prior to beginning their college education. A similar argument can be made against Truman's statement in favor of students who have little or no academic inclination, regardless of formal training. Actress Halle Berry, celebrity chef Rachel Ray, author Mark Twain, entrepreneur Ray Kroc, and architect Frank Lloyd Wright do not have more than a high school education, yet they all found immense success through their talent and hard work. The implication is not that C students can't be successful, only that C students are likely no more or less successful than anyone else. Success is a product of motivation, determination, sacrifice, and desire. While some people are able to accomplish greatness through intellectual achievements, others thrive and flourish through the development of skills and service. Neither path is more noble nor more valid than the other. Regardless of the path you take, make an effort to never stop learning, if only to prevent yourself from becoming an adult who fails to grasp the concept of Twitter. By earning a place here today, we have proven ourselves to be capable students who are committed to learning and self-improvement. Such elements of our character are immensely valuable, both in the professional sector and at academic institutions. It is up to us to formulate our own definitions of success and aspire to live a life of value. It is through continued education and professional development that we will excel, meet and exceed expectations, and perform feats of true worth. Many of our accomplishments can be attributed to the teachers who made the decision to surpass the requirements of their job and dedicate themselves to our education. Teachers who held review classes on their own time, came into work only days after losing loved ones, paid for supplies with their own money, kept food in their desks for hungry students, and drove back to school after hours or on weekends to support fundraisers, sports teams, musicians, or artists. We will leave here with our diplomas today, but next year, the teachers will return to the school to enlighten, impact, and inspire the graduating class of 2016 and many classes to follow. They are the fundamental pillars of the school, and to them, we are deeply indebted and incredibly grateful. Their support, in addition to the support from family, friends, and the community, has been instrumental in our success. On that note, I would like each of us to take a moment to thank the two people who have contributed so significantly to our education: Sergey Brin and Larry Page, the founders of Google. To my fellow classmates, congratulations, and may your hard work garner the results you deserve. Thank you.
Thank you, Kara. I've had the sincere pleasure of working with our next speaker on multiple occasions, and I can say that she's done an excellent job representing the senior class of 2015. Please welcome Senior Class President Allison Smith to the stage.
Hello, everyone. First off, I would like to thank everyone for coming to celebrate this special day with us. I would like to give a special thanks to Ms. Noto, Mr. Halsey, all the administration, the Board of Education, and the entire OHS faculty and staff for everything that you do for us. I think we should also give a round of applause to Mrs. Palmatasso and Mr. Marabito for this event and every other senior event that has taken place this year. They have done an amazing job, and our year would not have been as memorable without their efforts. This is also Mr. Marabito's last year at OHS. He has done so much for the school, including announcing its sporting events, being a class advisor, getting students through AP Psychology, and many other things that would never be forgotten. So thank you, Mr. Marabito. So writing the speech was really hard for me. I didn't know what to say to represent how everyone feels. I know some are sad, some are ecstatic, but most feel bittersweet. I didn't feel that it was right for me to come up here and only share my fondest memories at OHS, so I decided to do something a little bit different. The last week of school, I went around and had some classmates write down their favorite memories, things they wanted to tell a teacher, or something they just wanted to say to the class. I would like to read you some of the responses I got. Kelly Gorman's favorite high school memory was being a part of the volleyball team all 4 years and creating a bond that was unforgettable. Michael Edwards' favorite memory from senior year was participating in New Visions and getting to meet tons of great people. For Pat Dillon, it was going to states for volleyball, then going to the Dome in Wades. Chanel Meyer's favorite memory from senior year would be going on the senior class trip to Florida. Craig Lawton. Craig enjoyed a lot from high school and gave me a list. Senior trip, senior skip day, first and third period study hall, senior year. Cinema, playing badminton, 11th grade study hall, 9th period. 9th grade lunch, and being a cheerleader for Powder Puff. Brenna Sherman, she loved the sense of unity we felt within our class when we realized we did not have much time left and we had to make the most of it. Hannah Broadwell's favorite memory was losing her voice on all the rides at Disney because she was screaming like her life was going to end. Mercedes Whiteside's favorite memory from high school was getting stuck on the dinosaur ride in Animal Kingdom. Cheyenne Winslow wanted to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Hallett for all that he did for her. Josh Carney's favorite memory from high school was making it to states senior year for volleyball. He would like to thank his coaches, teammates, and teachers for making his time at OHS very memorable. Megan Schaefer loved joining the OHS Drama Club and making so many great friends and memories. She thanks Mr. Dumas for being the club advisor and convincing her to join. Tate LeBolt wanted to thank Mrs. Peterson for encouraging him to be more creative and pushing him to make his art more expressive. Katie Knopp. Katie never could have imagined how her life would change walking into room 127 sophomore year. Mr. Shaw had made a classroom environment open to everyone. He dealt with all of Katie's stress, tears, and laughs. She wanted to thank him for all that he had done. Cheyenne Rivera enjoyed dressing up for all different events during her high school years. And finally, Shelby Rule. She'd like to thank Mr. Marabito. He made health, anatomy, and AP Psych more exciting than they would have been. She thinks that every student should be able to have a class with him just to hear his hilarious stories, and he will be missed. Now for me. I wanted to thank Ms. Jackson for teaching me how to be a good leader and for being a role model to me. I also want to thank my family for supporting me, my mom for being my rock and best friend, and my dad for always asking where that other point was when I got a 99 on a test. You both pushed me and led me to be the person I am today. And to my class, I know high school is hard at times, and for most, the only thing that got them through was Dunkin' every morning. But I hope that you always look back on the good things that went on during high school. Don't ever let anyone limit you because everyone has the ability to do something great. You just have to be willing. I have enjoyed being your class president for the past 3 years, and I hope that you can look back at high school or 10 or 20 years and remember being young and having fun. I wish everyone the best of luck wherever your path takes you. Thank you.
Thank you, Allison. The last speech is my speech, and I'm starting to see some glazed looks and some nodding off, so I promise to make it as short as I can. I've been given the distinct honor to preside over today's ceremony as your building principal. Since I was a late arrival to OHS, I know that many of you only know me as the mean new principal that restricted student parking and expected you to follow the rules. However, in these past few months, I've gotten to know some of you, and I have seen your smiling faces as I meandered my way through the hallways and often got lost upstairs on the second floor. I have said this before, and I will say it again. I have never worked in a building where the students are so genuinely nice and friendly. My time in the hallways and in the classrooms were usually the highlight of my day, and I thank you for that. Like everyone else up here, I vividly remember sitting where you are sitting today. Besides being terrified that I was going to trip and fall on the stage, all I really remember about that day is that I could not wait to get that diploma in my hands so I could get on with my life. I wanted everyone on stage to stop talking about achieving my goals and living my dreams. I just wanted to hurry up and close that chapter so that I could move on to the next. And that's what I did. I went to college 4 hours away to a place without a single familiar face. I worked hard, I made new friends, and I was successful. And at my college ceremony, I remember having the same thoughts as I did at my high school graduation. Hurry up and give me my diploma. I've got places to go and I've got things to do. And after college graduation, that's exactly what I did. And even though I didn't know a soul, I packed up and I moved 800 miles away and started a whole new life. I worked hard, I made new friends, had the opportunity to experience so many new things, and was successful. I lived on my own and I found my way in the world. And then, after 8 years of living elsewhere, a family illness brought me back to my original home, to the place that I could not wait to get out of all of those years ago. I learned a lot about myself during that transition time, and in true commencement speech form, I want to share just a couple of things about that experience with you. I want you to take a look around, and I want you to find your friends. I want you to find your friends. Find them. Wave to them. I have learned that regardless of where life takes you after today, regardless if you go out and you make new friends, you will never have the same kind of bond with any other friends that you make than you do with the ones that are sitting right next to you today. It's a different level of friendship. These people are the ones that climbed onto you to that bus in kindergarten all those years ago. These are the friends that you had your first sleepover with. These are the friends that were excited for you when you had your first crush and were there when you had your first heartbreak. These are the friends that listened to you when you got into your first real fight with your parents or failed a test, and were the first ones who volunteered to sit shotgun when you passed your driver's test. Will you make new friends in life? Of course you will. But these friends, the ones that are sitting next to you today, will always be your first friends. And because of that, they'll always hold a special place in your heart. Cherish them the last few weeks with them. Take lots of selfies, share a few more laughs, and do your best to keep up with each other. Now I want you to look out into the audience, and I want you to find your people. Give them a wave. Much better. Good job. Whether it's your parents or your grandparents, an aunt or an uncle, a neighbor or a sister or a brother, no matter where you go, near or far, no matter what you do, no matter if you struggle or if you find huge success, those people are your support team. Regardless of your trials and your tribulations or the distance in which you travel, nothing will change the continuous love and support from those people. Thank them, appreciate them, and never take them for granted. They are the reason why you are sitting here today. Most importantly, remember that you have been, and you always will be, a part of a community that has nurtured you, encouraged you, pushed you to be the best person that you can be. Everyone here today, your teachers, your guidance counselors, your coaches, your parents, and your friends, these people have been and will continue to be your biggest cheerleaders. Never forget where you come from. Never forget the love and dedication it took to get you to where you are today, and never forget that you can always come home. On behalf of the entire Oswego City School District community, we commend you on all of your accomplishments. We are very proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations to the class of 2015. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Before we begin the presentation of diplomas, however, I ask that you continue to be considerate of our graduates and to those around you, and recognize that this is a very special day for all of us. Each of the graduates deserves to enjoy their own moment of success. At this time, I ask that the superintendent and our Board of Education representatives please stand. Mrs. Serino and Mr. Halsey, on my recommendation as principal of Oswego High School, located in the Oswego City School District, I certify that the students receiving diplomas today have fulfilled all of the requirements of the Oswego City School District's Board of Education and the State of New York Board of Regents. At this time, I ask for our 2015 graduates to please come forward.
Kara R. Weiss. Elena Brooke Celeste. Allison Nicole Smith. Angela Catherine Rookie. Victoria C. Fix. Megan Catherine Marie Horgan. Riley Shannon Patrick. Brenna Ray Sherman. Sage Alexis Dudley. Jason N. Adams. Rana A. Al-Salame. Thomas T. Allen. Kaylee A. Alvarado. Megan Gray Anderson. Benjamin John Annell. Alicia K. Asenzi. Hayden T. Avery. McKenna K. Bonner. Kaylee M. Baldwin. Caitlin Marie Ballard. Colin Anders Ballou. Kyle P. Barden. Christopher Adam Barlow. Michael Stephen Barry. Austin R. Batchelor. Sean R. Benjamin. Kara Melissa Lynn Benway. Tiffany Marie Billington. Derek Francis Bivens. Erica M. Bivens. Robert R. Bogert. Elizabeth Catherine Grace Bonner. Taylor A. Bonney. Nathan Brzee. Richard Bristol. Hannah Louise Broadwell. Krista Emily Broker. McKenna L. Brooks. Bentley J. Brosh. Molly Kate Brown. Robert Richard Bruce. Joshua Thomas Booker. Zachary N. Bush. Michael A. Callie. Kelly Ann Canova. Joshua D. Carney. Michael Ian Carpenter. Michaela B. Carson. Tyler M. Carey. Gabriella Angel Castilla. Christopher D. Shalafo. Elizabeth Ann Chase. Benjamin Andrew Chatterton. Meredith Alice Cheser. Colin Cole Clark. Tyler John Cody. Austin J. Coleman. Dylan J. Coleman. Mitchell Dale Cook. Alexander M. Cooley. Stephen Tyler Courtney.
Patience Marie Crawford. Zachary J. Crisafulli. Nora M. Culleton. Stephanie Veronica Cusick. Zachary A. Dehar. Whitney M. Dano. Shelby Nicole Darling. Benjamin C. Davis. Adam D. Delaney. Erin Denise Delaney. Daniel Robert Dillon. Marguerite R. Dillon. Patrick J. Dillon. Justin Matthew Dingman. Emily M. Damicolo. Tyler Joseph Dominic. Anthony C. Donabella. Eric William Doviak. Mary C. Dowling. Holly Marie Doyle. Heather E. Eastman. Michael A. Edwards. Madeline D. Engel. Timothy John Phantom. Samantha M. Ferentz. Michael A. Favada. Alexis A. Ferlito. Brianna D. Fernandez. Zoe Faith Ferris. James Robert Federley. Mark A. Forger. Justin S. Fowler. Elena Z. Galutz. Jacob M. Gardner. Stephen M. Gears. Tiara Marie Gibson. Grace Eva Gilbert. Zachary Todd Gillard. Anthony Joseph Joya. Matthew Roger Gadilli. Alyssa Lynn Marie Gonzalez. Kelly Ann Gorman. Harley N. Grant. Gunnar Chiro Greco. Hannah S. Griffin. Annabelle Grace Groan. Miguel David Guzman. Taylor Michelle Hamer. Abby Ray Hammond. Ian M. Hammond. Jeremy Michael Hankey. Shauna Lynn Hankey. Alexis M. Hanna. Jacob R. Hansel. Dylan James Harrington. Jordan Harvey. Adrian V. Haynes.
Alexandra Ann Henderson. Angel Hernandez. Shay Lynn Hewitt. Devin M. Higgins. William V. Hogan. Andrew Paul Hook. Samantha Lorraine Hutchinson. Christopher M. Jaddis. Jared P. Jaquin. Alexander James Johnson. Amber Johnson. Derek E. Johnson. Melinda Ann Johnson. Travis A. Johnson. Leah Shea C. Jones. John Wilfred Junio. Carrie Elizabeth Kelly. Kyle Allen Kemper. Emily G. Kennedy. Nicholas Edward Kenny. Julie U. Ketak. Kayla Ann Jordan Canoop. Catherine Ellen Knopp. Alec P. Kunzweiler. Kaylee Kerger. Brianna Marie Lane. Stephen J. Larkin. Alyssa K. Laskovitz. Julia J. Lavery. Craig Eric Lawton. Joshua M. Lazaro. Luke Levine. Matthew C. Lewis. Nicole Lycourt. Wyatt P. Lipinski. Jael I. Litchison. Danielle Marie Litow. Braden F. Livesey. Jacob A. Lofthouse. Gabrielle Marie Lombardo. Myralise Lopez. Anthony R. Lacerdo. Bradley M. Lupian. Tate Leibolt.
Aaron W. Mab. Gabriel Malazzi. Samantha Ray Manning. Nicole Lynn McCarthy. Jordan Alicia McCauley. Donald J. McConnell. Austin M. McCormick. Benjamin L. McCroby. Brianna M. McIntosh. Brittany M. McLaughlin. Keegan J. McSweeney. Corey Michael McTagg. Megan E. Meany. Erin Elizabeth Meehan. Chanel Elena Myers. Taylor B. Montgomery. Thomas P. Montgomery. Carl Martin Mosbo. Jesse A. Murray. Ashley Salone Murtha. Eric J. Nicosia. Emmett Thomas Lee O'Brien. Paul J. Oliark Jr. Drew G. Ormsby. Andrew G. Osetic. Courtney Joe Osmond. Destiny Danielle Palmer. Robert Parrott II. Chloe Marie Patterson. Kylie Erin Pelkey. Jordan M. Perchway. Terrence Lee Perez. Liam M. Peterson. Jessica Elizabeth Pfeiffer. Kayla Ann Pierce. Mackenzie Elizabeth Pitsley. Mackenzie Aaron Pryor. Kiernan D. Proud. Logan Chase Purnell. Rachel Elizabeth Pertel. Cassidy Nicole Quantz. Haley A. Ron. Brendan M. Reed. Matt Refstyle. Brenna M. Riley. Cheyenne Jane Rivera.
Matthew M. Rogers. Donovan Patrick Roy. Shelby Taylor Rule. William H. Russ II. Kayla Marie Sage. Matthew R. Sampson. Samuel Dean Sapka. Marielle F. Schickling. Robert Victor Sherm II. Megan J. Schaefer. Cody James Sharkey. Connor F. Sheffield. Alexis Taylor Sheridan. Edward D. Sheridan. Robert F. Sherman. Thomas Trey Simmons. Elizabeth Rose Sienkiewicz. Jacob C. Sivers. Christina Rose Skodfelt. Jeremy Danielle Smeedy. Joshua Duran Isaiah Smith Jr. Lindsay Jane Smith. Ryan Benson Smith. Zachary John Smolinski. Matthew M. Spalding. John N.R. Stevens. Carly N. Stobner. Christopher P. Sullivan. Robert L. Swan III. Jacob N. Sweeney. Kayla Lynn Swinkowski. Joshua Richard Talamo. Mark Anthony Taramino. Morgan A. Thomas. Adam J. Thompson. Ashley Diane Thompson. Michaela Lynn Thompson. Jonna Marie Tombolillo. Natalie D. Torres. Matthew Allen Uter. Tyree Lamar Varner. Rebecca Elaine Victory. Kayla K. Volkamer. William P. Volkamer II. Armand Joseph Voris. Eliza Jane Waldron. Jonathan D. Wall. Lauren Elizabeth Wallace. Caitlin C. Ward. Anthony J. Wetzel. Mercedes Jordan Whiteside. Nicholas R. Whiteside. Colin M. Wilder. Brian M. Williams. Monica Louise Wilson. Vanessa E. Wiltsey. Cheyenne M. Winslow. Kirsty May Lynn Wolson. David J. Woolworth. Carrie Elizabeth Yurkon.
Before we conclude our ceremony here today, I ask that all family and friends to please remain at your seats until the entire processional has left before following our graduates. And now, I would like to ask our senior class vice president, Miss Angela Rookie, to come to the podium.
Will the class of 2015 please stand?
Say it loud.
Okay. Graduates, this is the moment we have all been waiting for. Please take your tassel and move it to the left.
Thank you, Angela. Ladies and gentlemen, staff, family, and friends, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Oswego High School's graduating class of 2015.